وَأَمَّا بَعْدَ مَوْتِهِ But after the death of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, فَحَشَا وَكَلَّا أَنَّهُمْ سَأَلُوهُ ذَلِكَ عِنْدَ قَبْرِهِ No way that the companions of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam go to his tomb and start asking. Okay, بَلْ أَنْكَرَ السَّلَفُ صَالِحٌ But what is the case is that the Salaf, the pious predecessors, they object to this. عَلَى مَنْ قَصَدَ دُعَاءَ اللَّهِ عِنْدَ قَبْرِهِ Regarding somebody that intends to go and pray at the tomb of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, فَكَيْفَ بِبِدُعَائِهِ نَفْسِهِ So how then can someone now pray to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam directly? Okay, if you cannot pray to his death, if you cannot pray to his tomb, then you cannot pray to him as a person. وَلَهُمْ شُبْهَةٌ أُخْرَى But the mushrik is another shubha. Okay, so the Sheikh is now revealing the shubuhat, the misconception that people fall into, with which they justify their shirk in one way or the other. وَإِيَّا قِصَّةُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ And that's the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam لَمَّا أُلْقِيَ فِي النَّارِ When he was thrown into the fire, تَعْرَضَ اللَّهُ جِبْرِيلُ فِي الْهَوَاءِ And Jibreel came to him, okay, while suspended in the air. فَقَالَ لَهُ And said to him, أَلَكَ حُجَّةٌ Are you in need of anything? فَقَالَ Ibrahim And Ibrahim ﷺ said, أَمَّا إِلَيْكَ فَلَا If it is from you, no, I don't. قالوا They say, فَلَوْ كَانَتْ الْإِسْتِغَاثَةُ بِجِبْرِيلٍ شِرْكًا If it was the case that to seek refuge with Jibril, that is, they are now talking about seeking refuge within the Rawaniya, the angels and what have you. If it was shirk, lam ya'ridha ala Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Jibril would not have gone to Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Fal jawab, the answer to this is this. Anna hadha min jinsi shubhatil ula. This is just like the first misconception that he had. But inna Jibrila, because Jibril arada alayhi an yanfa'uhu bi amrin yaqdiru alayhi. Jibril went to him to assist him, okay, or to benefit him with what he is capable of. Jibril was capable of it. فَإِنَّهُ كَمَا قَالَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about him, عَلَّمَهُ شَدِيدُ الْقُوَى عَلَّمَهُ شَدِيدُ الْقُوَى عَلَّمَهُ Okay, it was made known to him, شَدِيدُ الْقُوَى Someone that is very powerful and mighty. And this particular ayah was referring to Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam. That is, Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam is the one that is teaching the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فَلَوْ أَذِنَ اللَّهُ لَهُ أَنْ يَأْخُذُ النَّارَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave him the permission, أَنْ يَأْخُذَ النَّارُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ to take Ibrahim from the fire, وَمَا حَوْلَهَا مِنَ الْأَرْضِ Okay, and every other thing that is around him, وَالْجِبَالِ Okay, and the mountains, وَيُلْقِيهَا فِي الْمَشْرِقِ أَوْ الْمَغْرِبِ And he should take it to the east or the west. Nafa'ala. Jibril alayhi salam would have done it. Jibril alayhi salam would have done it. وَلَوْ أَمَّرَهُ أَنْ يَضْعَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ فِي مَكَانٍ بَعِيدٍ عَنْهُمْ لَفَعَلَ If Allah had told him that he should take Ibrahim alayhi salam far from them, لَفَعَلَ He would have done it as well. وَلَوْ أَمَّرَهُ أَنْ يَرْفَعَهُ إِلَى السَّمَاءِ لَفَعَلَ If Allah had told Jibril alayhi salatu wasalam that he should ascend with Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam into the heavens, lafa'ala, is capable of doing it. Okay. وَهَذَا قَرَّجُلٍ غَنِيٌّ This is just like a person that is very rich, لَهُ مَالٌ كَثِيرٌ Okay, and has so many money, so many wealth. يَرَى رَجُلًا مُحْتَجًّا فَيَعْرِضُ عَلَيْهِ أَنْ يُقْرِضَهُ And he sees a person that is in need, فَيَعْرِضُ عَلَيْهِ and yaqridahu and gave him the option. Should I give you a loan? That's exactly what Jibril alayhi salam did. He saw him and said, do you need anything? Okay. Why? Because he's capable of doing it. An example is a person that is so rich and just meets somebody that is in need. How about I give you a loan? Because he's capable of doing it. أو أن يهبه شيئا يقضي به حاجته Or should I gift you something that is going to take care of your haja, that's going to take care of your need? فَيَأْبَى ذَلِكَ الرَّجُلٍ, and the person just says no. Okay, al-muhtaj, and يَأْخُذَ, okay, the person that is in need just denies and says no, I don't want any of this. وَيَصْبِرُ إِلَىٰ أَن يَأْتِيَهُ اللَّهُ بِرِزْقٍ, and then he is patient that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him his rizq, his sustenance. لَا مِنَّةَ فِيهِ لِأَحَدٍ, such that no one would have the right to recount the favor that has been done to him. فَأَيْنَ هَذَا مِنْ اسْتِغَاثَةِ الْعِبَادَةِ وَالشِّرْكِ لَوْ كَانُوا يَفْقَهُونَ. So how do we now compare this? Okay, مَنْ اسْتِغَاثَةِ الْعِبَادَةِ, like with someone that seeks, or that is seeking refuge with other people, okay, with ibadah, with worship, or shirk, and associating partners with Allah. وَلَوْ كَانُوا يَفْقَهُونَ, if they have understanding. Okay, this is incomparable. This is something that Jibril alayhi salam is capable of doing. How about that now comparing it with someone that is given act of worship, or that is engaging in shirk, okay, with other than Allah, in the right of Allah, which is seeking refuge, if they actually understand, if they actually know. وَلِنَخْتِمِ الْكَلَامِ إِنشَاءَ. Now the Sheikh is now saying that we are going to finish the statement, we are going to finish this talk, inshallah, by the permission of Allah, بِمَسْأَلَةٍ عَظِيمَةٍ مُهِمَّةٍ جِدًّا, with an issue that is big, that is important, تَفْهَمُ مِمَّا تَقَدَّمْ, that needs to be understood from what we had said. لكن أريد لها الكلام لعظم شأنه, but we want to expand, we want to single it out and talk about it because of how big it is as an issue, والكثرة الغلط فيها, and the abundance of mistake and overzealousness that people do in its regard. ونقول لا خلاف أن التوحيد لا بد أن يكون بالقلب واللسان والعمل. We say that there is no difference of opinion, okay, there's no denying أن التوحيد, that tawheed لا بد, you don't have any other option, okay, it is comprised of أن يكون بالقلب, okay, it has to do with the heart, واللسان, with tongue, والعمل, and with deeds. فإن اختال شيء min hadha, if anyone is found missing, if anyone is not there amongst these three, okay, with the heart, with the lisan, with the amal, lam yakun rajuli musliman, it is not safe to say that a person is a Muslim. Find out of a tawheed, even if he knows tawheed, that it is to single out Allah and worship, okay, walam ya'mal, and it doesn't act by that tawheed. That is, it doesn't pray, it doesn't fast, it doesn't do hajj, it doesn't engage in acts of worship, generally speaking. فَهُوَ كَافِرٌ, such a person is a disbeliever. مُعَانِدٌ كَكُفْرِ فِرْعَوْنَ وَإِبْلِيسَ, okay, and the kufr of such a person is like that of Fir'aun, Iblis, and the devil, Shaitan, وَأَمْثَالِهِمَا, and other than both of them. وَهَذَا يَغْلِطُ فِيهِ كَثِيرٌ مِنَ النَّاسِ, okay, and a lot of people fall into this, okay, a lot of people fall into this, they go overboard in this regard, okay, they make this mistake. وَيَقُولُونَ, they say, هَذَا حَقٌّ, this is correct, وَنَحْنُ نَفْهَمُ هَذَا, yes, we understand this, وَنَشْهَدُ أَنَّهُ الْحَقُّ, and we testify that this is the truth, okay, that Tawheed is the truth, وَلَكِنَّا لَا نَقْدِرُ أَن نَفْعَلُهُ, but we don't have the capacity to do it. وَلَا يَجُوزُ عِنْدَ أَهْلِ الْبَلَادِنَا إِلَّا مَنْ وَافَقَهُمْ وَغَيْرُ ذَلِكَ مِنَ الْأَعْذَارِ, and it is not permissible for anybody in our city إِلَّا مَنْ وَافَقَهُمْ, except those that are upon the same page with them. وَغَيْرُ ذَلِكَ مِنَ الْأَعْذَارِ, okay, and other than this, in the kind of excuses that they give. وَلَمْ يَدْرِ الْمِسْكِينُ أَنَّ غَالِبَ أَئِمَّةِ الْكُفْرِ يَعْرِفُونَ الْحَقِّ, and the needy one, the poor one, okay, the one that does not have knowledge, okay, the one that is not conscious, and miskin, okay, somebody that is a miskin is someone that is a needy, like somebody that is in need of knowing the truth, but The truth will be obscured from them. Okay? But they will be following blindly. And but that overwhelming majority of the leaders of the kufr, okay, يعرفون الحق, they know the truth. ولم يتركوه, okay, they are not denying the truth. They don't leave the truth. إلا except لشيء من الآثار, okay, except for something amongst all the excuses. كما قال تعالى, like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about them, اشتروا بآيات الله ثمنا قليلا. They sell the verses of Allah with, they sell it cheaply. So that means that in order to retain their honor, in order to retain the people's respect, in order to retain the followership, in order to retain, the money, the wealth and what have you that they make from it, اشتروا بآيات الله ثمنا قليلا. Okay, for all these peanuts, they will sell the verses of Allah. Okay, they will misguide the people. Okay, they will turn the people, the face and the heart of people against the people of truth, right? Simply because they want to have some level of authority over people. Okay, when you have crowd following you, you would always want the crowd to follow you so that, they will be under your control. But the moment people know the truth, the crowd will leave. And that's the reason why the Ra'sul Munafiqeen, okay, the head of the Munafiq during the time of the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abdullahi ibn Salul. Alright, Abdullah ibn Salul. He was the Ra'sul Munafiqeen. He was the head of the Munafiq, the hypocrites. Why? Because he had thought that he would be made the king and what have you, until the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam came. So the plans were already concluded that he would be made the chief and the leader. So when the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam came, when the truth came through the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, everybody just turned to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam and said, this is the truth and we are going to follow this person. Right? So the followership he had was lost. And that was how the hatred began, and that was how the Munafiq, they started. They thought, okay, they parade themselves as if they are part of the Muslims. Meanwhile, they have their own agenda elsewhere. So all of these things, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, Ishtaru bi ayatillahi thamanun qalila. They are just selling the verses of Allah with peanuts, alright? And other than this, ayat, in the verses of Allah, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said this to reveal it, like the word of Allah in Surah Al-Baqarah, يَعْرِفُونَهُ كَمَا يَعْرِفُونَ أَبْنَاءَهُم. They know the truth like they know their children. Is there any person that would give birth to children and will not know them? Okay, by mere listening to them, by mere hearing their voice, by mere seeing their back view, okay, by mere touch, of course, to an extent. If you have children that their body is smooth, you know that, oh, this is so person. And if you have some other ones that they are very hairy, like some of us, you know that this is so person. So that's it. So they know their children like the back of your hand. That is how they know the truth. Alright? That is how they know the truth. Same thing was the case of the Yahud when the Prophet ﷺ entered the city of Medina. They knew that the Messenger ﷺ is coming, alright? And they used to even threaten the people of Aus wal Khazraj, okay, the two families in the city of Medina, that don't worry, the messenger that Jesus Christ promised us is coming, and when the person comes, we'll fight you. When the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam got there and thought that it's going to come from the from the side of his hack, and when they realized that he is coming from the line of Ismail, they turned back. They knew the truth, but they never expected that to come from the line of Ismail alayhi salatu wasalam. They thought it's going to come from the line of Ishaq as usual. And that is why you would see that all the messengers of God and the prophets, they have a corresponding Jewish name in Islam. You mention names like Yusuf, that's Joseph. You mention a name like Idris, that is Enoch. You mention a name like Isa, that is Jesus. Okay? You mention a name like Solomon, that is Sulaiman. Lut, Lot, right? Noah, Nuh, right?
And so on and so forth.